this came out, the Rivals, which here's where I don't like to give it attention. I know I'm going to get a lot of crap, like, why are you even giving this company attention? Look, it's part of conversation. We're talking about it. It's the news.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, I have a point what I'm going to get to. So when I saw this drop, DJ Lagway at 28, I go, look, I know Rivals, I've been kind of following them all year. They're very defensive heavy, which this class was very defensive heavy. So I was like, look, let's see where the rest of the quarterbacks kind of land. Then I'll have more of an opinion about it, because if you go look, I mean, I think there's only 3 more offensive players that are underneath DJ. I mean, it's very defensive. It's linebackers, edge, and tackles too. So linemen, cornerbacks, linebackers, etc. But when you got Julian Sand and Dylan Raiola that high, it's not the look. If you want to put them like 3, like a couple of spots, we're talking a massive jump. When literally DJ Lagway won every single award you could possibly think of. So here's the thing.
They might create a new one just to give it to them.
And they'll drop them down. They'll drop them down. Here's the problem with this, right? So with this, you're either saying that awards don't matter and that it's a popularity contest, right? That's what you're trying to say here, because like, why have an MVP? Why have a high school? You have the Gatorade Player of the Year, right? The guy literally won every single award possible, and you want to go, oh well, Dylan Raiola's offensive line was trash. The guy was booty cheeks at Buford, and then he quits on Georgia, go to Nebraska. Julian Sand, I don't know too much about him, but I know the stats were nowhere near what DJ Lagway's were, not even close. So again, it doesn't mean anything, right? You gotta put the pads on and play. I guess what frustrates me is that we're in a society now where you can have horrible takes like this, and the problem is they got a ton of clicks, a ton of interaction for this, and there's no repercussions for it. That's my issue with this. You can be blatantly wrong, and it's beneficial for you to be blatantly wrong than it is to be right.
Of course. And then there's no accountability. They're not going to come out and defend their stance on it or nothing. Of course, they'll have some talking people that just love who they love and come out in defense for them. But you can't have 2, 6, and 28. And this guy's got every award possible known. So, they just like to stir the pot. It's crazy. The Gators are big ticket. The Gators are a big ticket, and it's been proven all year. And even for our guy to move up to take the number 1 spot on the other site,
we're getting there. We're getting there.
Something to hold on to.
Yeah. So look, this is where it even gets even more interesting, right? We go to 247. He's the 3rd ranked. I gotta bring you back in here. Sorry. He's the 3rd player overall. Not number 1 quarterback, and the 3rd player overall, and they had him 28th, right? Which is just, and I don't even think they had LJ McCray in the top 28 to 25. I don't know. I know that they had Miles Graham at 29. I don't even think LJ was that high up, to be honest with you. So look, here's my thing.
Someone be hating on this too. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, my thing is like when you've got a consensus, 247 has him number 1. Like if you would have put Raiola at 1 and he like the 4th best player, and maybe DJ at like the 4th best, but the 2nd quarterback, whatever. We're splitting hairs. I'm not gonna throw a fit about that. That's just kind of a preference thing. But damn near 25 spots. Like, come on, dude. When
you telling me it's 28 players better than him, 27 players better than him,
and every other site has him at 3. Like it's just like there's a level of being different, and there's just a level of just like, hey, I'm desperate. I need attention.
Of disrespect. Your attention is making you very disrespectful. You see that thirsty for clicks that is looking crazy.
Yeah, it's extremely it's frustrating to see this kind of play out. Again, I don't use Rivals. I've never used Rivals before. Hence why when the person tagged me in, and I was like, I don't even use Rivals because they're so bad about their keeping up with it. I think is another thing. Like they only update like 2 or 3 times a year. What is funny though, the one other time that I used Rivals was when Chauncey Bowens flipped to Georgia. We've had a whole show about this. It was an incredible show. He flipped to Georgia. This is not me being dramatic. He skyrocketed 120 plus spots overnight in the middle of the summer. Stephen Harris. Yeah. We hadn't played a snap.
That's crazy.
And now 247 just dropped today, and Kanan Daniels is the 13th best running back, and Chauncey Bowens is 40th, and not even nationally ranked.
Yeah.
So
They must have some crazy algorithm that they're watching and like, "Hey, these guys like us over here. Let's jump a million spots."
The algorithm is, hey, Georgia just landed another one. They're paying our bill. Let's go ahead and feed that.
Right,
That's
yeah, right.